moment there, looking at Super Eagles, so dejected at that moment when the final whistle was actually blown by the referee. Welcome you on the show. Sport updates on Trust TV, Adeni Gishafe. Well, you just have to appreciate the fact that the Eagles, no one gave them the chance to even get to that level. Of getting to this final, coming second, is a big one, really, because if you look at the performance of Eagles lately, you don't even want to say that they will get to semi-final, let alone the final, because of the fact that they've not been at their best. But this time around, we came second, and we have to celebrate them. In the studio with me is Nwabali Peters. Good to have you.
Thank you, Adeni. It's my pleasure to be back to studio.
Yes, you saw that clip there. Eagles were really very kind of remorseful. They were not happy for the fact that they fought hard, but their fight was not good enough. They lost out in that final. But a lot of wordings here and there concerning that game. If you want to look at it, I think we've been able to at least see some things concerning our team, and we need to work on some things. Maybe just one minute or 30 seconds. What do you think Eagles should do now? Okay,
what they need to do is what we've been saying and what we said before the beginning of the competition, and that we need to get a real creative midfielders. That is lacking. We need that. Then number two, we need a good coach. So we can fix these two problems, take it or leave it. We'll go back to the days of 1990, 92, 94, 96, 98 that we know Super Eagles to be on. Imagine we have a creative midfielders among our team that went for this just concluded AFCON. They will have been introduced after, because if you watch the Côte d'Ivoire very well, that's why, to me, all the blame I'm going to put it on the coach. But at the same time, I'm not going to blame the coach because we know what he can do. We know what he cannot do. Tactically, we know he's not a sound coach. That's the truth. Now, if you read Côte d'Ivoire very well, they are the king of comeback in this AFCON competition. Against Mali, they did it. Against Senegal, they did it. So when we are leading 1-0, and we came in for the second half, you need to fortify your defense and your midfield. You don't need to go back and track back and say you want to play a defensive game. Against host nation, playing in the final, against a team that moved from best loser to best winner, against a team that are committed, dedicated, that wants to prove a point, the pressure will be too much on you. And we are talking about our two wing back, Ainon and Saidu. The way they overuse those two right wing, take it or leave it, they can do nothing more than what they've done. So we lost the game because we don't have a good tactics. We don't have a good coach. We lost the game because we didn't go to the competition with one or two creative midfielder, someone that can juggle, hold the ball, distribute the ball, slow the pace of the game. So that is what I think we need to do. We used to have three problems before: goalkeeper, creative midfielder, and the coach. But right now, I can tell you, we don't have a problem with the goalkeeper again. We have a very, very good, solid, confident goalkeeper in terms of Nwabali. He's doing a very good job. So what we need to do right now is to work on our defense and work on getting a good coach.
Just coming from Nwabali Peters there concerning what Eagles should do or what the NFL needs to do to fix that particular loopholes facing our team. In the final, we saw it there. But right now, we leave football aside a bit and cross over to athletics. This time around, we're talking about marathon. With the soul of the young man, rest in peace, the Kenyan world record holder who actually lost his life on Sunday. Talking about Kiptum. Kiptum would have had incredible career coming from Sir Mo Farah. Mo Farah also, when it comes to a marathon, you know he has done it. But right now, he said, looking at the way he broke and smashed the record of marathon, this young man will have actually had incredible career. He actually got, he was involved in an accident on Sunday, and it's so painful that the whole world actually got that particular news concerning Kiptum.
Yeah, and I agree with him. And unfortunately, he lost his life with his coach in the accident. And also, yes, he will have had a great year ahead of him. He's just 24 years old. And look at what he has achieved. So you look at in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, what he will have achieved more. So, but what can we do? When it is time, it is time. Something will happen to make it the time it's right. So, and I think he lived a good life. The legacy of what he has done will continue to speak for him. Now,
looking at the statement coming from Mo Farah there, let's look at it. Mo Farah said, "I'm so sad to hear the passing of Kelvin Kiptum and his coach, Gavez Hakizimana. Kelvin was an amazingly talented athlete and I had already achieved so much He really had a special talent, and I have no doubt he would have gone on to have an incredible career. I send all my sympathies and condolences to his and Gever's family and friends at his tragic time. May the soul rest in perfect peace. Well, that's sports. Well, so painful. The young man lost his life alongside his coach there. Now, we cross over from that particular incident. Now, let's come back to football. Well, after the aftermath of AFCON 2023 that just passed, well, according to the coach, rather our goalkeeper, Stanley Nwabali, he said, we are sorry. Talking to Nigerians, we take full responsibility. Coming from Nwabali there. He actually made a statement. Let's look at that Nwabali statement via his ex-handle. Talking about Nwabali concerning this particular competition. A disappointing and frustrating end. I deeply apologize to Nigerians. I was once a fan, still a fan, and I understand how it feels giving you a disappointing night. We take full responsibility. Thanks for the whole support till the end. I love you all. Talking to Nigerians, even though we saw that I really shed tears in this particular competition.
Yeah, I don't think it's a disappointing end. I'll be honest with you. Yes, they have to apologize because that's their profession. But like I've said, and I'll continue saying this, I'm not disappointed at all. I'm happy. They've done us proud. They've done themselves proud. They've put the name of the country on the continent and in the world again, like we used to do. So take it or leave it. And they have nothing to apologize for. What they just need to do is to get themselves together, think about the task ahead, think about how to be their best once again, how they will make sure that we qualify for the upcoming World Cup in Mexico and in US in 2026, to be sure that we are fully prepared and ready for the AFCON in 2025, to make sure that all our matches and the qualifiers, both home and away, we are able to defeat them. Whatever happened, it has happened. There's nothing we can do again. They can't replay the match again. We can't go back to AFCON and go over again. So we let the past, we learn from the past so that you can have a better future. So that's what I think we need to really do. They've done well. They are sober enough. In fact, they don't have to be remorseful again. That's the truth. They have to go ahead, because what really happened as a player, it's something that ends people's career psychologically. Because you've done all what you need to do and you're not getting appreciated for what you have done. So just ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why should I continue doing this? After all, I gave all.
And maybe that's why people are saying maybe most of them are considering retirement, because of the fact that they just felt, well, we've done our best.
They've done their best, but I think as a professional, they shouldn't look at it that way. They should look at the service they are giving to their nation. Like we said earlier on, the people that are complaining about them, they are minority. And don't be surprised, most of those that are abusing Wobi, they are Arsenal fans that they've never won Champions League before. They've never won Premier League for the past 20 years. So they are looking for where to vent their frustration. They are not looking at it as this is an opportunity. So these are the people that even their own club and they personally, they've not achieved their own target. We should all come out against them and tell them that you are not representing us, you are not speaking for us, this is not who we are. I'm just saying, because you people, Arsenal fans, we are used to that. Maybe.
Is it Arsenal fan that was cyberbullying Iwobi?
Let's look at it. Maybe
because I don't know where you stylishly cornered it and then try to see how you can weave Arsenal into this. People that said, the minister said they are minority. Is Arsenal a minority?
They are minority.
How?
They are minority. They are minority in this country. They are minority.
Okay, I know where this is coming from. You are trying to pay me back.
I'm not paying you back. I'm just saying you.
Oh my goodness. Because I don't know how Arsenal fans were not the one that said.
No, I said maybe. No, now in the morning during the show, we made mention that people that are cyberbullying Wobi, maybe there are people that even in their own place of work, they've never achieved their own targets.
And now you now said.
Now, this evening now when we're having the show, I now have to go back to what we said in the morning, that maybe some of them are even Arsenal fans, that even their own darling club have not achieved anything tangible, and they are coming out to act.
Why didn't you mention Wolves fan or Sheffield United? Why must it be Arsenal?
Since you have been a very good, fantastic sport journalist, tell me any Wolves fans that you know in Nigeria.
Oh, apologies to Arsenal fans here, but let's just admit that this is 1-1. Try to pay me back my own coin there. Well, try to throw some banter in the studio. It's always very interesting when we do this, just to make it at least on a lighter note, not to be too serious every time talking so serious. But right now, that actually got me there. We look at that particular scenario. Well, for Eagles, they have the chance to come out on that day. 2025 is coming. They will be playing the qualifiers and also the World Cup qualifiers. After all, they need to put their best because South Africa is already talking that they will make sure that with Nigeria don't qualify for World Cup. They will fight hard against us because we are in the same group and it's going to be tough. Really?
Yeah, let them continue doing their talking, and we should concentrate on doing the talking on the pitch. We are not playing against South Africa alone in the group. We have other teams, other countries, other nations that we are paired together. Just let's say this hypothetically, we can decide to lose to them and win all our other matches. So let them concentrate on winning Nigeria. Maybe winning Nigeria will give them the ticket to the World Cup and losing to other nations. So we shouldn't get discouraged about it. I'm 100% sure in Nigeria here, we are defeating them. They have no two ways about it. And then in South Africa, we've done it before and we can still do it. The best they can get from us is a draw. So our match against South Africa, write it down today. Our home and away, from the 6 points, we get at least 4 points from them. South Africa, they are never a threat to us when it comes to football competition between us and them. However, we shouldn't just put our mind that, oh, we are playing South Africa. No, we're not playing South Africa. We saw what happened at this Nations Cup. The like of Cape Verde, the like of Angola,
DR Congo.
They are not a team that you can push over now. So it's going to be very, very interesting. And what will be most painful is that we missed the last World Cup in Qatar. And we're going to miss the next one. For 8 good years, we're not going to the World Cup. I don't pray that happens to us as a country. So the players should get themselves back together and they should know they have a great task ahead of us. What they need to do to compensate is to make sure that we qualify for the World Cup. And they have a very good outing also at the next AFCON in 2025. Good outing. So we shouldn't put the pressure that it's a must for them to win because they are playing in a North African country. I know what that means. Whatever support you saw in Côte d'Ivoire from the Ivorians,
it will be more massive.
It will be more massive when it gets to Morocco. So we should be battle ready for it.
Looking at the fact that the North African side really love football so much, they really turn into business. Morocco will be hosting next AFCON 2025. Nigeria, we can't do it again. It is very possible. Now, we move away from there. It's UEFA Champions League night and round of 16 fixtures. Let's look at UEFA Champions League matches coming up this today. 2 matches will be coming up. We look at FC Copenhagen of Denmark hosting Manchester City, and you have RB Leipzig of Germany at home against Real Madrid. Well, they call them the Galacticos, the Los Blancos. What happened tonight? Let's start with Manchester City away to Denmark. Where will this particular match end?
Okay, I'll give it to Manchester City and take it to a little bit. It will be a very tough match, but from their last 4 meetings, Manchester City, they've won twice. And Copenhagen also, they drew twice. They've never won before. And in fact, no Danish team have ever done that with any English team before. So seeing them doing that will be very, very, very difficult. And Copenhagen also, they are not a team that you need to push over, because if you look at from the group stages, they came from a group that has Manchester United, they have Bayern Munich also, and they have Galatasaray also. So, and they are able to make it up to that level. So you don't need to to condemn them to failure. That okay, definitely it's not going to be given. It's going to be a very intense match. It's going to be a good match, but the best they can get, probably it's going to be a draw.
Okay, you mean Man City, Copenhagen?
Man City, yes.
So it's, draw as in 1-1 or 0-0?
Well, Manchester City, with the kind of 10 attacking players they have on the pitch. I say 10 attacking players because apart from their goalkeeper,
every player can score.
Even if you give the goalkeeper the opportunity to go up there and strike, it's a good scorer also. So that means from their right, left back, center midfielder, all of them, they are goal scorer. So the goal will come from somewhere. And they cannot play 90 minutes and you hold them without them scoring. You saw what Robotic Alan did over the weekend. He scored brace. The last time he scored was in October. He came back and he did that. So tonight, definitely there will be a goal. So I'll give it to Manchester City, probably 3-1.
Okay, now if you look at Real Madrid, they play away to German team Leipzig, and we saw that Leipzig may be very consistent for the past 2-3 years in the Champions League. Now, playing against Real Madrid, do they have a chance?
Well, at home, maybe they have a chance.
Okay.
Because if you watch their match last season on the group stage, they defeated Real Madrid 3-2. And when they went to Santiago Bernabeu, Real Madrid defeated them 2-0. So that shows that it's something that they've done before. So what's the possibility that they cannot do it again? However, Real Madrid also, when it comes to the round of 16, for almost 15 years consecutively, they've not lost to any German team. The only time they lost to German team was in 2002 to 2003 season, when they lost to Borussia Dortmund in the semi-final. After that, all their matches against a German team, when it comes to knockout stages, they've been winning their matches. Then also RB Leipzig also, on their last 10 European competition, they've conceded goal. And their last 20, they've not done without scoring a goal. So that shows that they will concede and they will score also. Take it, it's a 50-50. The probability to me, it's a 50-50. It can go either way. RB Leipzig can do that, but the real deal, the concluding part of this leg will be done at Santiago Bernabeu, in which Real Madrid will definitely take the lead. But tonight's match, I give it to RB Leipzig. They can shock the world. They can shock Real Madrid like they did in 2012-13 when they got to semi-final of this competition. That was when they launched themselves, 2018-2019, sorry, that they launched themselves to the Champions League, that, oh, we've arrived. And since that time, they've been very, very, very consistent. Unfortunately, they didn't make it through. They didn't make it past through the round of 16. They met Liverpool in 2019, they were defeated. They met Manchester United 2020-2021, they were defeated. Last season, they met Manchester City, they were defeated. It's like after their fantastic performance, getting to the semi-final, their last bus stop has been round of 16. And definitely, I see Real Madrid doing another damage to them this season. But it's going to be in the return leg, not tonight's match.
Let's see what happened there concerning UEFA Champions League round of 16 fixture that we just highlighted there. Manchester City away to Copenhagen, while Real Madrid also play away to RB Leipzig in Germany there. Well, right now, we run through 3 stories, but we look at one most. So they had to vote concerning retaining 20 teams in that particular league. About 16 teams actually agreed, while the likes of AC Milan, AS Roma said, well, maybe they should make it 18. But right now, Italian clubs vote to maintain 20-team division.
Well, I don't see this in the light of the day. And just like you rightly mentioned, we have 16 teams already that have voted in favor that let's maintain 20 teams. It's only the AC Milan, Inter Milan, Juventus, and AS Roma that said no. Let's go back to the format that they are using before in 2006, before they changed it to the 20 teams. So I don't see this in the light of the day. And another interesting thing that will happen during their AGM is the fight for autonomy that they are fighting for. If they can get that, so that means they can be competing in line with what Premier League they are doing in terms of the sponsorship, have a say on how they are league, so that it's not that the Big Four or the Big Six that will be dictating the tune of how the league should be run today.
Talking about Italians today, there are 20 teams will just be at stake. As you actually talk about this particular topic, well, really, we hope that Italian today will continue to enjoy that particular accolade. If you remember, in the 90s, in fact, stronger than the Premier League in the 90s. AC Milan, Juventus, Inter Milan, all these teams, they made it so exciting to watch Italian Serie A, but later they dwindle, trying to come back again doing the business of football. But right now, let's run through some transfer stories. 2 of them. Bayer Leverkusen, their main man, Xabi Alonso, is wanted by Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Liverpool. That shows he's doing so much for 3 big teams to be looking for his signature.
Yeah, and if you look at what Bayer Leverkusen is doing currently right now, what Xabi Alonso is doing currently right now, it's something that almost all the clubs in Europe will want to have a signature. But take it or leave it, it is only if Liverpool didn't come for him. If Liverpool should go for him, it will be so difficult for him to turn Liverpool down. Yes, he played with Real Madrid also, definitely. But the love he has for Liverpool and the love that Liverpool fans they had for him, and the period that a coach can stay in Liverpool, it's not like what we have in Real Madrid. Barcelona,
the patience.
The patience, exactly. So Barcelona, I don't see Xabi Alonso going to coach Barcelona against Real Madrid, where he played and has.
So it's either Liverpool or Real.
It's either Liverpool or
Real Madrid.
And I see probably there would be more like a swap in the sense that the possibility or the probability of a Georgian club going to Real Madrid at the end of next season, it's certain because Ancelotti only gave him 1 year contract. So I see him going to see. Even if you look at the background, even though this is buying Leverkusen, it's still red. Once a red, will always be
a red. Well, let's look at our last story. The Olale Peter is trying to analyze the demand that Alonso could be going to Liverpool or Real Madrid instead of going to Barcelona. We take the last one on the show. PSG, they are eyeing 2 players from Italian Serie A. They are eyeing AC Milan's Rafael Leao and Napoli's Osimhen. Should Mbappe join Real Madrid?
That in conditional statement, Mbappe should be out of it. Mbappe is already he's a gunner. He's a gunner. He has gone and he's going to join Real Madrid. They're only trying to agree the personal terms, so they can go for Rafael. But as far as I'm concerned, Osimhen will not go for PSG. Osimhen would like to go to a club where they can be competitive in terms of the domestic league and the Champions League. That is where, so I see him probably going to either Germany or you go to England. You go to his boyhood club, the club that you don't like to mention, the club that you hate with passion, the club that you've condemned to 10th position, the club that next season they will surprise you if Osimhen should join them. Mention the club.
And who knows?
Mention the club.
And who knows, maybe we'll be going to that club that is, at least for now, they are second on the table.
Arsenal, they don't have the money.
I got you there. When you were waiting for me to mention Chelsea, I won't.
I just mentioned Chelsea now.
Chelsea, they are in London. Anyway, just have some banter in the studio there. Chelsea, Arsenal, they are all good teams. We just want to make you laugh as you're watching the show. Good work there. Olale Peters, thank you so much for coming on the show.
It's my pleasure being here, Adeniyi. Thanks for having me.
Yes, I'm Adeniyi Ajishafe. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.